Good morning, everybody. Checking I'm mic'd up okay this time. I am this time. Good morning. How are you today? It is Tuesday, March the 16th, Technic Tuesday. My name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. As you, I'm sure, already know, Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility, limited mobility or mobility problems to get some good solid exercise. We do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings here on Facebook, and you can also catch up. So if you can't make it this time, that's all right. You can catch up via Facebook things and also via the website, which is up in the description up there. If you go to reesfitness.co.uk/getmoving, you'll find the archives of all our previous workouts there. So if you can't make it straight away, no worries, you can catch up. It's all good. So yeah, people with mobility issues. You might have a disability of some kind. You might have a chronic medical condition that slows you down or restricts your movement in some way. You might be after a surgery or something like that. Who knows? But if you have limited mobility, then Get Moving can help you get some good exercise. Excuse me. So today, before I go on, everyone will be using your resistance band today. So make sure you've got your resistance band handy. I'm going to do my usual witching for 30 seconds or a minute or so. That's to give you time to go grab your resistance band if you haven't got it already. So go on, go away now. Go get your resistance band. Go on. I'm going to talk rubbish in the meantime. You keep on going. Where was I? Yes, so it's Technique Tuesday today. So that means we're going to whiz through the exercises. And at the end, for the last, 5 minutes or so, I'm going to go over a bit more in depth over a specific exercise, a specific technique. That is to help you or to give you a chance to practice it, understand it a bit better, figure out what you're going to do right, what we're going to do wrong, and stuff like that. So at the end, at the very end, last 5 minutes, I'm going to go over a specific exercise. And you can practice it for the rest of the week. We do that every Technique Tuesday. That's why it's called Technique Tuesday. It's called Technique Tuesday for a reason, you know. I don't just make this stuff up, you know. I plan ahead. I plan ahead. Yeah. I know what days are Tuesdays. I know what days are Wednesdays as well. And I know the difference between them. That takes planning and forethought. Knowing the difference between one day and the other, that's skill. And I'm proud to say I am one of the few people with that skill to know or to be able to differentiate one day from the other, because I've learned. Yeah, I didn't used to be able to do that, but I can. Yeah, that's enough rambling. So hopefully you've got your resistance band ready. And so last thing I'm going to say before we start, Sarah, who is normally one of our fingers of fire in the comments below, she can't make it today. She is apparently doing or presenting a training course thing to the world somewhere. I mean, via internet, obviously, but she is doing a presentation to the world. So she can't make it today. I mean, the world or us, she shows the world. Well, you can tell her priorities, can't you, eh? But she'll be back again tomorrow, I'm sure. And also, don't forget, if you haven't seen already, her wonderful skipping skill videos, which she's sharing up on the group. She is skipping every single day for the whole of the month to raise money for Stroke Association. And so she's doing that every day. And if you want to chuck a buck one way or another, then we will provide a link somehow. I'm not sure how, but somehow. So yeah, you can see her videos of her amazing skipping skills. Anyway, let's get started. I've got my timer. Yes, I've got my timer. What are we going to set it to? I'm going to set... Ooh, God, need to set it properly. I'm going to set it to 30 seconds because I like 30 seconds. It's a nice round number. 30 seconds of exercises today. Everyone at some point will have to use the resistance band, so hopefully you have it ready by now. Excuse me, phlegmy throat. Right then, so first of all, these exercises are suitable for pretty much everybody, whether you're seated or standing. So if you're seated, our first exercise is going to be marching on the spot. I want you sat tall and just marching your legs up and down like so, just marching away. If you're standing, it's the same idea, but I want you standing, marching on a spot while standing, just getting your knees up like so. I've got my timer set for 30 seconds. You do whatever you can do for that 30 seconds, okay? It could be amazing, it could be beginner style, it could be whatever, but whatever you can do, you go at your level, okay? 30 seconds of marching on the spot. Are you ready? I'm going to take my hat off because I'm not actually that cold today. In 3, 2, 1, off we go, marching on the spot. Excuse me. So, small movements like this are easier movements, like that. But as we get better, we can make the moves bigger, higher. And bigger moves, more often than not, are better moves. So you aim to do the biggest move that you can, or do the smallest move that you need. As long as you do it, that's the most important thing, okay? And that's our 30 seconds. Well done. Okay, next one, nice and simple. Shoulder rolls. Sitting tall, whether you're seated, whether you're standing, makes no difference. Roll your shoulders back like so, or if you can, roll your shoulders back like so. Again, 30 seconds worth. We're going to be moving the upper half of our body. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Rolling and reaching if you can. Now, as always, you can't do this slouched forward. It just doesn't work. You have to sit or stand tall to either get your shoulders back, or if you can, get your arms back. It's a good posture exercise. You need to be nice and tall, whether you're seated or standing, it makes no difference. You have to be tall to be able to get your arms or your shoulders back as far as they'll go. And that, again, is our time. That's our 30 seconds. So moving on to knee bends. If we're seated, as always, sit tall, no slouching. We're going to kick a foot out, and then the other, and then the other. But as you notice, these knees are bending and straightening. We're getting a lot of movement, as much movement as we can, out of our knees. So beginner level is a small kick down there. But if we can, harder level is a bigger kick where the leg really extends out, straightens out, and back. As big a move as you can manage. If we're standing, keeping our balance, but we're going to kick our heels back towards our bums. So the same idea, really. The knee joint is going to be bending and straightening and repeating, okay? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Big moves if you can. Small moves if you need. But obviously every single one of us is working towards making it as big as we possibly can, okay? The bigger the move, the better. If we're standing, notice how we're going to have to shift my body weight from one leg to the other. Otherwise, I'm going to fall over, and that's no good. Time. There we go. Excuse me. And the next one, in memory of Sarah, who's presented to the world today, Twisty Sarah times. Seated or standing, we're mobilizing the spine, okay? So nice and tall, folding your arms, twist the body one way, twist the body the other way. In 3, in 2, in 1, off we go. As big a twist one way and as big a twist the other way as you can manage. Small moves are okay, but if you can, big moves are better. We're thinking about our nipples pointing towards one wall and our nipples pointing towards the other wall. So we really are twisting that spine round and round and round. Again, as big a movement from your back as you can manage. And that's our time. Double taps. If we're seated, sitting tall again. Knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then it goes down. Same on the other side. 1, 2, and then it goes down. If we're standing, this is where balance comes in. So if your balance is a little bit iffy, as always, stand close to a wall or table or chair or person, something like that for stability if you need, just in case. But a double tap, the knee comes up twice again, comes up 1, 2, and then you land down. Same on the side. 1, 2, and then land, okay? Again, notice how my body weight is shifting around. That's vitally important, okay? 30 seconds of double taps. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So it's a double tap there. I shift my body weight over, a double tap there. Again, I shift my body weight over. And I've got to do that shift of the body weight before I lift my other leg up. It sounds a little bit obvious, but it is a really vital part of the move. shift it over, and then raise the leg. And again, the bigger the move, the harder, but a small move is easier. You choose whichever version you need, okay? And that's time. Okay, bear with me, untying some knots there. Side bends, bendianas, whether you're seated or whether you're standing, doesn't matter. Nice and tall, one arm goes down, and same other side. Of course, if you can, we're going to make it bigger if we can. One arm goes down, other arm comes up over the top, and we're going to bend sideways. Again, make it as big a move as you can manage. In 3, in 2, in 1. Away we go. Reaching up and over if you can. We feel a nice little stretch along the sides there, along the outside. But again, we're moving our back. We're going to minimize the chances of getting a stiff back. If we do have a stiff back, then things like this, things like the twisted series before, they are going to help minimize that stiffness. Keep as much movement in our back as we can. It's all really good for looking after the back bones. Time. Okay then, this is where we're going to change slightly. This is where we're going to need our band. So grab your band and everybody sit down, okay? Everybody, even if you can stand. And when you sat down on the chair, we're going to get our band. This is too long, so personally, I'm going to twist it into a figure of 8, fold it in half, and now I've got a much smaller band. This loop now is a perfect size for me, okay? And I'm going to step inside of it. And that's how we set ourselves up. So depending on the kind of band you may have a continuous loop, you may have just a single band, band, tube, that's the word I was thinking for. You're going to loop it around just beneath your kneecaps, okay? Not above it, not down by the ankles, but here just barely below the kneecaps, okay? Sat down, feet apart, and we're going to stretch outwards. We're going to make this band nice and tight, okay? And then we relax it back, controlled relax back. So it's nice and slack at the moment, and then we stretch it, hold it, and recover, okay? Hopefully you're going to feel that in the bums outside here, okay? 30 seconds worth. So hopefully you're all set up by now. Sat down, band just beneath the knees. We're going to stretch in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. We stretch it, hold it, and under control, we recover. And then we repeat. Now again, what we're after is a very tight band. Now hopefully you should feel that band trying to drag the knees back in, and I'm using the muscles in my bum to stretch them out nice and wide. The bigger the move, the better. And the tighter this band, the better still. We want to work our bum muscles really hard, okay? And that is our 30 seconds. Fantastic. Nicely done. So now we can get our legs out, relax and make sure they're okay. And moving on to our next exercise. Excuse me. So if you are seated, regular one for you, ankle bends. We're going to get as much movement out of the ankle joint as possible. So I want you to try and get your heel to touch the floor. And then you point to your ankle and get your toes to touch the floor. Bending and pointing. Bending and pointing. Nice big movements out of that joint. And whatever you do on one side, you do exactly the same thing on the other side. Don't forget, if you have one bad side and one good side, still use the bad side, okay? That's if you're seated. If you're standing, slight variation. I showed a video of this the other day, actually. Shared a video the other day. Tiptoes. So, if in doubt, stand close to a wall. Have your fingertips on the wall for balance. Don't need a wall or chair, whatever, but it's there just in case. But all we're going to do is come up onto our toes, hold it for a sec, and back down again. And repeat. Tiptoes and down. Tiptoes and down. Again, a big move if you can. 30 seconds of it. Get yourself ready. Close to a wall for balance, just in case, of a wall or a table, back of a sofa, a person, something like that. Standing tall on our tiptoes in 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Up on our tiptoes and down. So we want a nice big, whoops, did I lose my balance? A big movement out of our ankles if we can. Up on our toes, hold it for a sec and down. Up, hold it for a sec and down. Now you see what I'm doing? When I start to lose my balance, I just tap the wall just to steady myself. But I'm trying not to use the wall if I can help it. But it's there just in case. And I'll do one more. Up, hold it, and down. That is very good for ankle joint and leg strength, okay? Really, really good. So we'll start incorporating some of that into our exercises. Anyway, what we got next? Okay, back to normal then. Fast feet. We know these from afar. Speedy feet is vital. If we've got slow plodding feet, it's just harder to do things. If we can keep our feet and our legs as quick as possible, we can do many, many more things. So if you're seated, running on the spot, like so. It's not a big move. It's a very small move, but we want it as fast as we can. Up and down like so. If we're standing, running on the spot, just again small but fast movements, moving our feet like so. You go as fast as you can. I don't mind if it's faster than me or slower than me or whatever. You just do the best that you can do, and that's good. We're going to do 2 rounds of 10 seconds each, okay? Get yourselves ready in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So quick feet, up and down, moving them, small movements, but fast movements. Now give your legs a bit of a waggle, a bit of a shake, make sure they're okay, because we're going to do round 2. It's exactly the same, except obviously a little bit better. We all know second time is always better than the first time. So make sure your legs are ready. We're going to do it again. Small, fast movements in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So quick movements. Moving your legs, moving your feet, quick as you can. Oh my God, there we go. And again, give your legs a bit of a waggle. I haven't done that since Friday, and I can feel it. They were feeling a bit slow today, but they're going to get better again through the week, as are yours. Okay, last one. Let me turn the timer again. Back down to shadow boxing. 30 seconds again. This one to get us out of breath. If we're seated or standing, same thing. Fists up, punching, shadow boxing. Punching away nicely, moving the body, moving the arms, and punching. And as you can hear, hopefully, getting out of breath. If we're standing, same idea. Move our feet if we can. Shadow boxing. Shuffling back and forth, pick a target, punch that target. 3 rounds of 30 seconds each. Are you ready? In 3, in 2, in 1, and away we go. Punching away nicely. Big movements if we can. Fast movements if we can. Moving our feet if we can. We pick our targets, punching head height if we like, punching to the body, or any mixture of the two. But we keep ourselves moving, keep ourselves breathing, keep our heart rate nice and high. And for the full 30 seconds, well done. That is round 1 done. Okay, round 2. I'm going to do this seated, because this can be done seated or standing. We can still work this one really well. So ready for round 2? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Punching again. So even if we're seated, got no excuse, I'm afraid, sorry, but we can still do it. The most important thing I bang on a lot about this is everyone I've trained with over the years, over the decades. The important thing is every single one of us gives it a go. Some of us will be better than others. Some of us will be worse than others. But as long as we give it a try, we can improve. Be as good as we can be. Don't compare ourselves to other people. Just try and you'll be amazed what you'll get out of it. I swear to God. Okay, third and final round. And again, give it the best shot that you personally can do, okay? You will be amazed what you get out of it. In 3, in 2, in 1. Away we go. Punching around nicely. Moving the body, tripping over your cable. I'll try not to kill myself. Can't promise. I might get some views if I did, wouldn't it? Okay. And punch, punch, punch. We can change direction if we like. But it's our last round, so give it the best shot you've got. And that is our time. Very nicely done. Have a breather for a sec. That is our Technic Tuesday exercise done. Fingers crossed. You kept up, managed all that quite nicely. None of those exercises are particularly horrible. Some of them are harder than others, definitely. But they're all good and they all have a definite reason for being there, to be honest with you. They can all benefit ourselves in real life in real positive ways. We can move bigger, better, faster, stronger. Just makes our life better. Okay, to finish off then, it's Technic Tuesday. So this is our technique. I'm going to quickly show and take 4 or 5 minutes now to show you in depth a particular exercise. You've got the rest of the week or so to practice it. I will mention actually, for those of you who are doing Wobble Wednesday tomorrow, those of you who are standing and want to work on your balance, this is the exercise we're going to do tomorrow, okay? So if you do Wobble Wednesday, pay attention now and practice this one ready for tomorrow, okay? So it is, last week we went over counterbalancing. Okay, quick recap of what we did last Wednesday. The counterbalance, if something goes forwards, we have to stick something else backwards and they counterbalance, okay? Same idea, but sideways now. This is going to be harder, but it's exactly the same principle, counterbalancing. You're going to stand alongside a wall, okay? Something solid. This is our safety net. If all goes wrong, we can just lean against the wall, okay? So standing alongside it. Closer to the wall will be easier. Further away will be harder. So start easy and work your way away slowly. We are going to stand on one leg. Hand is going to be hovering an inch away from the wall. Not touching unless we have to, but hovering an inch away from the wall. We're going to stand on this leg closest to the wall. And we're going to lean towards the wall, not touching it, just hovering, leaning towards the wall. So if I look at you front on, I'm going to lean sideways. And that eventually is going to lose my balance this way. I'm going to topple in the direction of the lean. The wall is there for safety. We're going to be okay. But that's what's going to happen eventually. If I lean far enough, I'm going to lean and lose my balance and topple towards the wall. The way to help maintain our balance is to counterbalance. If we have something going one way, we want to stick something else out the other way. So if we're looking from the front here, I can show you a bit better. If I lean that way, at some point I'm going to lose my balance and I'm going to go. But if I counterbalance, my body goes one way. If I counterbalance the other way, I can end up leaning a hell of a lot further, much further, and balance, because I'm counterbalancing. Something goes one way, something else goes the other, and I stay stable. That's what we're going to practice against the wall. The wall is there for safety. Lean towards the wall. The other leg is going to stick out and counterbalance. And we're going to be balanced. Again, hand is hovering an inch away from the wall. Part of my body one way, part of my body the other way. They cancel each other out. They counterbalance. And I come up again. It is entirely up to you how far you go, okay? Make sure you do it close to a wall, okay? It's there just in case, because if we do lose our balance, then we're fine, we're safe, okay? But we learn this principle of counterbalancing, leaning one way and something else goes the other way, and we can counterbalance. Now, of course, that's all on one side. Practice that, and when you're ready, you do exactly the same thing on the other side. We lean, hovering, fingers an inch away from the wall. We lean towards it, stick something else out the other way, and we can counterbalance. And we're nice and stable. Now, I know for a fact some of you are going to have one side significantly better or worse than the other. And that's okay. It is perfectly normal to be wonky, to be better in one direction than the other. That does not mean that we don't practice in both directions. Practice on the bad side as well as the good side. But yes, I accept some sides will be better than the others. But we don't forget about it. We still do the best we can with our bad side. Okay, we make the bad side as good as we possibly can. It's not going to be as good as the good side, but we're not going to ignore it. We're still going to work bloody hard and try and get that bad side up as good as possible. That is your technique. And I say that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow on Wednesday. So for those of you joining us tomorrow, start practicing the hell out of it. We're going to do a lot of it tomorrow, okay? And so that, I think, is all I've got to say. I don't think I've got anything else. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 11 o'clock. It's going to be Wobble Wednesday tomorrow, Balance Day tomorrow. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, I'm sure I've got something else to say, but I can't remember what it is. So I will just say goodbye and see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much, boys and girls. See you later. Bye-bye.